the great things about growing up in South Africa, and I've talked about this quite a few times before, is the complete melting pot of cultures and different food flavors and tastes that have come together to make things that are uniquely South African. Today on Jay's World Kitchen, I'm going to show you one of those things, and that's South African yellow rice. Now this is being done on a stovetop because I had a lot of requests from people who did not have rice cookers on how to make this on a stovetop. So today I'm going to show you how to do that. And the wonderful thing about this recipe is there's so many other variations. There are some that use saffron and other herbs and spices, but this one is completely, uniquely South African. While there are many variations on this recipe, for this one you're going to need 1 cup of white rice, and I'm using actually a short grain basmati rice, but you can use a long grain white rice if you'd like. 2 cups of water. Now the important thing with any rice cooking is that proportion. There should always be 1 measure of rice to 2 measures of water. A 1/4 cup of raisins, 1 tablespoon of turmeric, a tablespoon of oil, 1 to 2 cinnamon sticks, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of butter. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start off by getting our water to a boil, and I'm just going to put it into my pot and let that come to a nice boil. And while your water is boiling, we're going to rinse our rice. Now to do that, put it in a bowl such as this one, and we're going to put that under running cold water until the water runs clear, agitating the rice along the way. And as our water is coming to a boil, we're going to toss in our salt. And now we're going to add in our rice. Now I'm just going to use a spatula because of course it's wet now, so it's going to stick to the bowl. And of course it's going to immediately kill your boil. That's okay. What you want then is you want it to come back up to a boil before we continue. And when you see that water coming back to a boil, now we're going to add in our oil, our turmeric, and our raisins, as well as our cinnamon. Give that a good stir. And now as soon as that is boiling, we're going to cover it with a lid like that and turn the heat down to allow it to simmer. Now generally speaking, this amount of rice is going to take approximately 17 minutes to cook until it's tender. What you do want to ensure is that it's not going to run out of moisture. So a very, very low, slow simmer for those 17 minutes and then check it. Now when our 17 minutes are up, if you have a quick look in there, you'll see that there is no water left at the bottom. Right, we're just perfectly all absorbed, and just before it gets too dry, we're going to remove that from the heat. And when it's off the heat, we're just going to sort of fluff it up with a fork and add in our butter and our sugar and give that a good stir to mix it in. And just cover that for another 2 to 3 minutes just so that that butter can melt. We're going to mix that in again, and then it's ready to serve. Now of course, you know you're going to smell that cinnamon in the air, but you can also smell the turmeric and that slight sweetness in there. And I can definitely get a hint of that butter. I really like this, and I'm quite excited. We use this on so many of our dishes, and so many episodes before this have used this recipe. So I just love this rice. The butter is definitely there, but not very bold. The cinnamon is definitely in there. I love that part about this. And I do like that hint of sweetness. And that makes this rice ideal for dishes like bredies and curries and things like that, where there's a lot of spice in it. And you want something that's just going to cut down that spice again. This is a fantastic recipe. And if you tried this, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section how it turned out for you. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and remember to turn on notifications so that you know when my next video drops. Remember too that you can follow me on all of my social media, and those links are below in the comments section as well. If you would like to try some of my other South African recipes, you can click on this playlist right here. And if you'd like to see my favorite South African recipe, bobotie, you can click on this video link right here. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy eating.